Hi there. Welcome to Craft with Kathie. Really fun project for tonight. Super easy. Perfect for the chalk novice, for anyone new to chalking. Very economical and actually simple. And because our transfers are reusable, this is something that can be done multiple times. You can use this transfer and basically crank out a whole bunch of these little gifts if you want to, if you're so inclined. The transfer I picked is Joy to the World. This is retired, but basically any applicable transfer that is A size, meaning it's 5 by 7, and if you never know if a transfer is A size or not, the little information panel at the bottom will have a code for how it's actually numbered, and this one happens to be A22602343. But you can use anything else that would apply also. And the reason I thought of this is because we're right in the midst of our Days of Chalkmas sale, and the first day of Chalkmas is a packet of shimmer frost paste for only $1. Now this is faux glass etching. I'm not going to really etch the glass. If I really wanted to etch the glass, I would use etching cream, and that is available on our website, but I'm going to not do etching cream. I wanted something that was simple and an easy way for someone to experience chalk without having to put a lot of expense out. I found these over at that store where everything's like $1.25, and I picked up 3 of them. And the only thing I have to admit that I made a mistake, same mistake I made the other day, is I was looking for some candles to go inside, and these are they're about 3 inches in diameter from the outside, maybe 3 1/4. Oh, maybe they're, if we don't count this little edge, they're probably about 3. And I thought 3-inch candles or pillars would fit. So they did not, they were too snug, so I ordered these, which were 2.8, and these don't actually fit all the way down either. I could turn them upside and just show you for tonight. I'm going to have to use these for something else, and I would recommend getting pillar candles that are 2.5 inches wide. That way it's not an issue. So let me just kind of jump right into this. If you are not a member of my VIP group and would like to be privy to some additional ideas, inspiration, and some inside information, comment VIP and I will send you the link. Everyone other than other designers is welcome. The company prohibits designers from being members of private groups, of other designers' private groups, so that's why it's not open to designers. But everyone else is welcome. It's a free group. I'd love to see you there. So I'm fuzzing this transfer, meaning I'm putting a little bit of lint on the back of it with a fuzzing cloth. If you don't have a fuzzing cloth, you could use a towel, a sweater, a pair of jeans, anything that's going to apply a little bit of lint and make the transfer not as sticky, because our transfers are adhesive backed, so that allows them to stick very snugly to a surface. Now our transfers can be used on wood, metal, mirror, glass, dry erase boards, chalkboards, just about any smooth surface that you could think of. However, when you use them on something that is non-porous like glass, you want to fuzz it quite a bit. If you're using it on wood, I would fuzz it maybe 3 times. But anything that's extraordinarily smooth, like our porcelain magnetic boards, I would fuzz more. And of course for glass, because it's going to stick very snugly. Now, this project's going to be really quick, so it's not going to be that much of an issue. But if I was doing like a mirror, a big mirror, or like a back door or a front window or something like that, I would probably use the peel and paste and peel method, and be careful how long I left it on the glass, because the longer it's on the glass, the longer it's going to take, or the more difficult it's going to be to lift it up. I am going to use this transfer on all 3 glasses, and I'm just going to apply it very gently here. And I'm right down into the edge of that. I want to make sure that I've got this down straight. I might have to move it up a little bit. No, actually I could do it. Just smooth it down. I've got a little air bubble here, so I'm going to lift it up, smooth out my air bubble. If I make a mistake, being that this is faux etching, all I have to do is wash it off and do it again. So it's easy, easy. And if you wanted to cut this apart to do it, if you're more comfortable of cutting into 3 pieces, you could certainly do that. So I'm going to take my paste and the squeegee, grab a little bit of my shimmer chalk paste, and then smooth it over the silkscreen part of the transfer. Now you might say, what if you hit an air bubble here? If you hit an air bubble, it's not going to go through the silkscreen smoothly, and it might look a little funny when you lift it up. No big deal. Wipe it off and do it again. I'm just going over it, smoothing it, make sure there's no lines. And then I'm going to lift up my transfer. Voila. How simple and easy was that? Simple, easy, right? Okay, I'm going to put this on the side to dry, and it'll probably take 8 minutes or so to dry just because it is our shimmer paste, and our shimmer paste takes a little bit longer. And now I'm going to work on the O, and try not to smudge it with my J that I've already chalked. If it does, I'll just wipe it off because our chalk paste is removable with water. Very easy to remove. I want this nice and straight, and I don't want any air bubbles in here, so I'm going to smooth it out and then kind of curve it around the glass a little bit. This might be a little bit tough because there is a curve here. Like I said, if you make a mistake or you get an air bubble, wipe it off and try it again. It's no big deal. This might actually be easier for a newbie to cut it apart into the 3 pieces. No big deal. You could reuse them. Our transfers are reusable 8 to 12 times or more. So I just want to make sure that's smoothed down. I'm getting a little bit close there. Get a little air bubble, smooth that out. Okay, let's go for the rest of it. And I'm keeping this on my fuzzing cloth. You could put it on a towel just so it doesn't roll away on my surface. I want to hold it as steady as I can while I work on it. But see how quick and easy this is? Now, if you are in my VIP group, I am offering this particular transfer that is retired, along with the paste and a squeegee, everything you need to make this project, as a bundle. And I do have a limited quantity of them because this transfer was discontinued last year. However, if you want to do something similar to this, all you need to do is go to the website and look for any A-size transfer. A-size meaning it's smaller than 5 by 7. I have an air bubble here, so I'm not quite sure what that's going to look like. Let's lift it up and take a look. Okay, I've got 2 little smudges, probably air bubbles, no big deal. I'll show you what I do with them when it dries. I can basically scrape this off with a little tool that won't scratch the glass once it dries. So I've got a little bit of a smear here from the air bubble, a little bleed, and the same here and here, probably because of trying to get around the glass. No big deal. I'm going to set this aside to dry. And I'm actually even going to show you how to wash your transfer and everything else. So basically, for anyone who's new, you're getting all you need to actually try out chalking in one quick little lesson here. And this actually fits perfectly on these little glasses. These are drinking glasses, but they can also be used to hold candles. I think they work perfectly for that. And I think they make a rather striking holiday accent piece. Now, of course, we also have mini transfers that they're a larger size. They come 12 on a sheet, and you could actually probably put a Merry Christmas saying or something from one of our minis. You can cut them into 12 pieces and just do one glass and go with that. I like the idea of using the Joy Transfer on this, hence that's what I'm doing. But the minis would work good for this too. And I've got another air bubble here. I could see it kind of squiggling on me, so I might have to clean this up and try it again. That's fine if that happens. It's a good way to show you exactly how you do it. Obviously on a totally flat surface it would be a little bit easier. So I'm just going over, smoothing it, and let's take a look at what that looks like. Ah, yes, I've definitely got bleeds on the Y. I'm going to clean it off right now and show you how you clean off your surface. It's real easy to do. If you don't let it dry, you could wipe it up with a paper towel and water. If you do let it dry, you need to spritz it with water and let it set for a minute or two and then clean it up. But being that this is wet right now, I'm just going to wipe it off. Look at, I think I got by without even needing to use any water on it. Obviously you want your glasses to be clean before you start using them. There I might have to use a little spritz of water. I couldn't have planned that better if I tried. Okay, let me show you how to clean the transfer and then we'll go back and add on the Y. Okay, I'm going to spritz my transfer with a little bit of water. I could run this over to the sink and run it under the spray or just underneath the faucet, but then you wouldn't be able to see me doing it, so I'm going to clean it on my surface. You could clean it on your surface or you could do it at the sink, whatever works for you. Let me turn this up so it doesn't roll around on me and dry. I'm using a board eraser or part of a board eraser to clean it. You could use your fingers, but I find that this works really good at getting most of the paste off, oops, very quickly. If you get a little bit of staining of the chalk paste on the teal part, no big deal, it's not going to hurt it. But there's not much pigmentation in the shimmer frost, so I don't see that you'll get any staining really of the transfer. And if your transfers ever get stained from a paste, don't worry about it. It does not impact the usability. As long as you get the paste out of the silk screen when you clean it, it's fine. That's what's the proper care. 8 to 12 uses with proper care. So I'm just going to go over it, the top part, with a disinfecting wipe. Get the rest of the paste off of the top. I'm going to flip it over, get the paste off of the adhesive side. I want to make sure all that silk screen's nice and clean. And then the last step with the adhesive side is you need to remove the lint that you purposely put on it. And that's easy to do. Get off all the paste first. If you're not sure, bring it up to the light and look through the silk screen to make sure there's no paste in there. And then when you have all the paste off, use the disinfecting wipe to just go across it in one direction, and you will be pulling off, see the teal from my fuzzing cloth? I'm lifting up the lint that I deliberately applied to it. Now, normally I would set this aside to dry, sticky side up on a flat surface, but being that I want to use it again quickly, I'm going to lay it sticky side up on my microfiber side of my fuzzing towel, fold it over, squeeze out any of the moisture, and it'll be ready to use again very, very quickly. And yes, there's a little bit of shimmer from the shimmer paste still on it. That's fine. I'm just going to set this aside to dry for a moment. This is almost dry. Once it's dry, I'll etch off the little bleed. And I want to use, actually I want to use my detail tool, and I'm not seeing it up here. Hang on a sec. Thought maybe it rolled underneath my little drawer here. No, it didn't. Okay. Let me grab my little tool bag and see what else I can use. You could actually probably use your fingernail in reality to just kind of scrape it off. Because this is faux etching, it's easy to remove. If you want to etch something permanently, purchase the etching cream. I'm going to probably use just one of my little stir sticks to scrape it off. I know I have another detail tool, but I have a feeling that it's in the other room sitting in the sink. Yeah. Okay, whatever. So much for that idea, right? Okay, so I'm looking for which one did I clean. This has my J, right? Yep, let me put that aside. I don't want to smudge these two. This is the one I need to do the Y on. Take this transfer and fuzz it again. Really, I only have to fuzz by the Y. So I'm leaving this down because I really don't. Ooh, boy, did that return its stickiness quickly, didn't it? Just going to fuzz the Y more than the other letters because I'm not going to be using them. If your adhesive gets stuck to itself, just gently pull it apart. Never tug or yank on your transfers because you don't want to distort the silk screen. You want to treat it with a little respect, I guess, right? Not be too, don't manhandle it, don't be too tough on it. Okay. Place the Y down gently. Smooth out any air bubbles. Remember, this is on a curved surface, so you might have to fiddle with it a little bit. Just make sure it's nice and smooth and it's pressed down. And let's apply the shimmer frost. The shimmer frost works perfect for making it look like etched glass. And when I saw that it was on sale for $1 a packet, it was like, oh, I'm so excited. This is perfect for a wonderful holiday project. Now, it'll be on sale while supplies last or until the 12th of December. So if you're interested in it, don't mess around. You don't want to miss it. And if you're interested in this bundle in my VIP group, comment joy and I will send you the particulars of it. There we go. So we put this aside. I have a slight little smudge right here that I'm going to get with my little disinfecting wipe while it's wet. Kind of clean that up. Put that aside to dry. Let's take a look at my O. I'm going to use the edge of my stir stick and clean this up just a teeny little bit here. Like I said, I could probably use my fingernail to just scrape it off. My stir stick's not doing well. Probably better off with something pointy. Wait until that dries though before you try etching it off or or wiping it off. And my nail's working pretty good here. Thinking probably a bobby pin or something. Something that's smooth enough that it's not going to actually scratch the glass. But, or even you could take a Swiffer, those like little cotton tipped little fingers that people use for their ears, but the Swiffers have a little point, and do that. Let's see if I could get in here and clean this up. There we go. Just try and do it with a steady hand. And remember, if you make a mistake and go across of it and wipe off more than you want, just wipe the whole design off and redo it. It doesn't take long. I mean, it's only taken us a few minutes here, right? And then blow off the little flakes. Now let's put this together. I'm going to be careful because everything isn't fully dry yet. Found the candles will fit in upside down for right now. So until I get the 2 3/4 inch, I'll just go with this. Let me get my things cleaned up, put the lid onto my paste. You don't want to leave your paste uncovered, and if you're using the little packets, just squeeze out a little bit, and then when you're all done, squish the paste down to the bottom of the packet, roll it up and secure it with either a staple or washi tape or something like that, because a little paste goes a long way and you could use it on the next project. So like I said, if you want to make multiples of these, that's always an option, because we used very, very little paste. I want to wash this because it's still a little wet. Wouldn't that make the sweetest gift? Or like I said, if you just want to put some kind of image on one container, you could do that. If you're looking for something for a grab bag or for a Secret Santa or something, this might be the ideal project. And it's a lot of fun and it was easy. Or if you're on a tight budget. And I mean, who doesn't appreciate a candle, right? And you don't have to go with real candles. You could actually use the electronic ones. So it's really whatever you want to do. And of course, the sentiment does not have to be Christmas for Christmas either. You could use any kind of image that you would want. What do you think? Sweet and simple, wasn't it? I'll post a little bit more information about the Armour Etch if you want to do this for permanent, or the shimmer frost if you want to do it for temporary, where you could wash it off and then apply something else, or just leave it plain if you wanted, or to use them as glasses, whatever. So hang on for that. If you decide that you want it temporary, or you want to do the shimmer frost and you want to seal it, you could always use the Mod Podge to seal it, or some other kind of sealer will work fine for you. I've got the address for Armour Etch. If you're interested in doing this permanent, go with the Armour Etch, and the application is just as if you were using chalk paste. You might want to wear gloves and of course use it in a ventilated area, because it actually uses chemicals to etch the glass, and safety glasses if you want. Just be careful with it. But you wash the transfer the same way. Everything is the same using Armour Etch as the shimmer frost, only the Armour Etch will actually etch into the glass and make it permanent. If you don't want to go that route, then all you need to do is pick yourself up a packet or a 3-ounce jar of the shimmer frost, and that's temporary. I mean, you could scratch it off if you wanted to, or you could just rinse it with water and wash it and then reuse the container whenever you want to. It really depends what you want to do. If you do use the shimmer frost and you decided you want it to be permanent, you could always spray it with a sealer or use something like Mod Podge to seal it in. Really depends what you're looking for and what you want to accomplish. But I think this makes a very pretty sweet gift without much effort and really at a very economical price, especially if you get your containers or your glasses at that other store for $1.25 or whatever. Thank you so much for watching tonight. I surely do appreciate it. I hope this is a nice intro into the art of chalking. Take care. I'll see you soon.